Morning. November 20th. I guess I'll just leave them on. November 20th, 2016. Sunday salutations with RZ and all the supportive beings who reside here at Casa de Aloha. Let's go ahead and get our bearings before I chat for a little bit. All right. Go ahead and salute your feet. And just even stamp them on the ground, just like, yes, I'm here. I am here. The earth is here. Gravity is my friend. And just give yourself a little traction up and down. So push into the ground and just then reach up from your head straight up. So you're moving in all directions. Just stretch. And just notice what happens to your breath when you give yourself a little stretch, acknowledging all directions of your existence, front, back, top, bottom, side to side. And the internal environment. Say hello to your breath, the ever-present reminder of this life and death and the thing in between. And as you do that, go ahead and see if you can hang out in that place in between, either at the bottom of the out or at the beginning of the end. See if you can expand into that place of no movement, 0 point. And then go ahead and salute yourself. All the things that supported you to get here this morning. People's talents, your will, God's will, the chair, wherever you're sitting, the support around you. And go ahead and open your eyes, if you hadn't already. And let your eyes soften into the space here. So basically pulling the energy out of your forehead, just see what that feels like to breathe into this space right here. So we had a great class yesterday on narcissism and mind fucking. Incredibly courageous crew. And it was so electric, I thought I would spend just a few minutes this morning continuing to talk about it. So from where I sit, there is a pandemic of narcissists that are growing in our country, as well as the world. And the irony is it's cloaked in a lot of the language and the politically correct stuff. So we've become so politically correct that now we're becoming politically correct bullies. And a lot of the narcissism that I'm seeing is growing out of that. And it's slippery because the classic narcissists, and I'm talking about an extreme version, are victim-oriented, which is why they are able to find a martyr to hook in as a food source. So I'm speaking to the martyrs out there who are in currently a narcissistic cycle with somebody, or maybe more than one, and how to negotiate yourself to get into a better, healthier place within yourself. Because ultimately, being in a relationship with this extreme version of a narcissist can potentially kill you. If not, literally, your spirit. So, some signs you want to look for. Self-doubt. They play in your self-doubt. They play in, they are attracted to your empathy. They're attracted to your insecurity. They have an amazing ability to build you up. And then right when they've got you built up, they start slowly ticking away at your self-confidence. So ultimately you can completely doubt yourself. The strategies for negotiating with a narcissist are two. One is learning the word no. Yes inside, because you have to start learning how to actually care for yourself as a martyr. And then you've got to be able to say no. The other really strong thing to know is silence. The narcissist is extremely good about getting you to justify your needs and wants. So you're clear, you say it, and then they have an uncanny way of dragging you back out of that confidence and that certainty. And then really skillfully, under the guise of being curious, of wanting to understand, right? But before you know it, you're exhausted, you don't know what I was saying, and I guess I really don't want to stop giving you rent money. I guess you're right, let me think about it. So they bring you right back into that place of lack of confidence. Thing is, with this kind of narcissist, they put on a big show that they're confident, but inside they're insecure. As the martyr often is so obvious about it in their insecurity and wanting to accommodate, please everybody, they make themselves very open for such food sourcing. So the narcissist has to have a food source because they themselves don't have the internal backbone that they try to put a face on that they do. Oftentimes they're really liked. They know they're masters of being able to manipulate the external world, but their personal relationships are very dark, and they have a hard time relating, and they're exquisite at blaming and getting you to take the brunt of all of their inability to take responsibility for their life and choices. It's not pretty. And the reason why I'm speaking to it is a lot of the new communication of the last few years, though they were originally great ideas, like nonviolent communication and all that was to simplify and speak direct, I've seen it now used as a weapon of manipulation to get what you want. This is why it's so insidious. And I'm seeing it a lot with young children are not learning empathy because the parents come out of this generation of constantly trying to entitle, they're working with entitlement and political correctness and don't say no, and what does the kid want? And, everyone's gotten so protective that these young kids are not learning empathy. And of course they're coming to see me. A lot of the parents are bringing them to me. And what I'm seeing is they've never experienced pain, the pain of not getting what you don't want. That's the only way you learn empathy is by someone saying, no, you're not going to get that, or you can't get that right now. And to go through the pain of that, it's crazy making. You need to have that kid needs to have the experience of not being superhero, number one son, Captain Fantastic. Not everyone gets, a trophy. And Johnny is better at baseball. Do something else. And Barbara is prettier than you in some ways, but you're prettier in this way. We've gone so extreme. I'm not talking about corporal punishment or spanking. I'm talking about something, a common. We need to come in the middle here, man. These are little beings. They need to get into life like as it is. Because what happens is they get into life and they can't function. One little disappointment, they're little crybabies, man. It's like you're seeing it right now. Under the guise of, concern and everything else. There are some genuine people that know how to protest with grace and discipline via Martin Luther King and Gandhi way. But then all this other jazz is just indulgent. It's just self-indulgent. And it's narcissism all over. A way to negotiate with your own narcissism, because everyone has it to a greater or lesser degree, of course I'm talking about the extreme, is to start growing in self-responsibility. So when you're upset or you're disappointed, deal with it. Go in and deal with it here and shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying that from the heart, right? This gets you into trouble, man, right? So what else do I need to say on that? The other thing I want to highlight before I sign off is if you find yourself in a brownout with a narcissist, these extreme kind of narcissist, and all of a sudden you realize, wait, I said what I wanted and now I'm justifying it. That's a really key place to turn back to yourself and come back to the statement that you said before they lured you into the justification. And if you demand other people to justify their choices and wishes, you need to back off and check in with yourself. If a person states to you clearly, I want to go, I need to leave, I'm no longer able to be in this relationship, see what it's like to just receive that and then deal with your own nonsense, your own noise inside. And notice how you want to justify justifying and how you want to justify asking someone to justify. Just take that on as a workshop out in the world, and just not to judge people, but to start paying attention to how our society really supports covert narcissism. I statements are great, but when you keep saying I without any kind of ownership, then it becomes like you're putting a boa constrictor around the person you're trying to communicate with, because really all you want is your own way, and you're putting all this lovely language on it, when actually it would just be better for you to say directly, I want my own way and I'm really upset. That would actually be more honest. It's a big topic. Anyway, I just wanted to tease you out there. Have fun exploring narcissism. There is a way to negotiate. I just gave you a little bit. If you want to buy the recording of the class that I gave yesterday, you can contact Erica at get down at reverendzoeinman.com. Okay? God bless you. May the force be with you. One more day on paradise.